Thank you to all who send in questions for the Tuesday Q&A. Remember, guys, I do Q&As every Tuesday and Thursday on my channel. Make sure you guys, if you have questions for me, description box down below, it's all the details on how you can send them. All right, Paul Marcalonis asked, with all the merch that walking billboard John Cena wears, why haven't they changed his theme song to sell on iTunes? Because he still has his rap album and that one song that he made for that legendary movie and his own theme that they probably refurbish on iTunes every fucking month. That's probably why. There's no point in changing Cena's theme song. Like, he's synonymous with that. So there's no point in changing John Cena's theme song, but I get what you're saying. They probably would want to do that if they're such a business company, but that would make too much sense. Paul, if it makes too much sense, the WWE won't do it. Johnny Russo asks, Miz wins. Now what's next for the awesome one? What's next for the awesome one is that probably a pretty long IC title reign, I would say. I would hope a long IC title reign, if not maybe merging the IC and US titles with Sheamus. Those are the two possibilities that I see what they can do with the Miz as a mid-card champion, in my personal opinion. But yeah, you know what? Miz winning, I'm a Miz fan too, Johnny Russo. Not the biggest Miz fan like you, but Miz winning was a good possibility. Who knows? Maybe a long reign as IC champion, maybe merging the belts together. We gotta wait and see. Red Wolf 3116 asks, what would WWE do if John Cena was injured for 1 year? And I'm not wishing any harm on Cena out. But I'm just wondering how the WWE would keep people tuned in if John Cena was out for a while. John Cena was out for a year. Pretty much Roman Reigns would get the automatic rocket ship up the ass and he would become the new champion. That's just the bottom line, because Roman Reigns is their next big moneymaker. They would feature a lot more guys, that's for sure. But ultimately, it would just be kind of like, you know, remember that stretch of time in that period when John Cena was out from like 07 to like early 08? Yeah, just remember that part. That's how that WWE will be. And let me ask you, did you like that fall of 07? I liked it because it was the age of Orton. But did you like that time? Because that's how it is when John Cena's out. The WWE does not know what the fuck to do when John Cena's out because they're so lazy, because they only book for his character, Orton's character, and then like the mid card is just like a sea of freaking like sharks. Like, you just have to fight for your opportunity. Red Wolf 316 asks, in your opinion, what time or year did you feel was the downfall of music? Ooh, I would have to say like around my freshman year in high school, 2007, because that was when like Soulja Boy, Flo Rida, and all these like not talented musicians were making good stuff. I mean, really, to be honest, we have Kesha nowadays. You know what a Kesha song is? It's like drunk, 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 party, party, low, low, Mick Jagger. Like, really, that's Kesha, man. And she's like being a judge on the scene music. Like, in all honesty, that's when I felt music has just died down, because it's just like, you know, all the songs just came more about beats. That they don't really care about their lyrics. It was more about just fucking bitches and stupid hoes and all that other stuff. Really, to be honest, that's when I felt music just went downhill. I just felt music went downhill around my freshman year in high school, which was like 2007. That's when I felt music just totally went downhill. For me personally. You know, I grew up in, I was born in 1993. So, you know, I listened to some good music from 93 on to like 2004. 2005 was an okay year for music. 2006 I thought was okay. But 2007, that's when I was just like, man, music just sucks right now. Joe Juicy asks, what does it take to be a part of the Breakfast Club? I believe Schleg Daddy has answered this question, and he's the Breakfast Club aficionado. I'm like a Breakfast Club apprentice. I don't know a lot about the Breakfast Club like Schleg Daddy does, but I know some stuff about the Breakfast Club. But lucky for you, I do know how they have to be a part of the Breakfast Club. Triple H must put you over. You must praise Triple H. You must love Triple H. You must support Triple H in everything he does. So notice everything that you have to do to be a part of the Breakfast Club. It involves Triple H. That's how you get into the Breakfast Club. Reed19 asks, what 5 wrestlers on the current roster have the most potential to be main event stars? Cesaro, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt. Those are the 5 superstars that will be the future main eventers. And since John Cena, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Batista, and Triple H are the Breakfast Club, these guys are the Leftovers Club. We're the best you got. That's the Leftovers Club for you guys. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Cesaro. So that's the Leftovers Club. I just made a new club for you guys to cheer for. Question number 2. What wrestlers, WWE or TNA, would have been the best odds of beating Brock Lesnar in a UFC fight? Probably Swagger. I would say Jack Swagger in WWE because it's just like, he is an actual amateur wrestler and he was fucking good. And probably in a straight shoot, he would probably win in a fight. Maybe Hunico. I know that sounds hilarious. Like, people are like, Hunico, but fucking A, dude. Hunico came from Mexico, man. Mexico is no fucking joke. All right, it's fight or die there, and Hunico's a fucking fighter, man. This motherfucker is no joke. So, Hunico probably has some connections with Cain Velasquez. Brock Lesnar's probably afraid of Cain Velasquez still, man. Remember when he got his ass kicked? He was spinning around in the octagon. Fucking hilarious. But, yeah, Hunico, I think, could probably beat Brock Lesnar in a UFC fight. Swagger for sure. Maybe Kurt Angle? If I'm going to go to TNA route, maybe a Kurt Angle. Those would be the 3 that come into mind. People think I was joking about Hunico, but I mean, that's serious. Like, I can fight. Good mic work asks, how big is Randy Orton's ring boner? Oh, that's a great question. I'm the Randy Orton #1 fan here on the YWC. Screw you, Blue Borden. And Randy Orton's ring boner, I would have to say it's probably like 12 inches, 13 inches. The best way good mic work, and this is not the real good mic work for anyone who doesn't know, but the best way to know good mic work is watch SummerSlam 2004, Randy Orton versus mysterious opponent. He's wearing these orange trunks, and that is the best Randy Orton ring boner ever. It's the truth. Jake Leonis asks, Chase Oliver, how big is your ego? Ooh. My ego is pretty fucking big. I won't deny it. My ego is huge. That's something I will not deny. I have a huge ego. It's hard to prove me wrong most of the time. It really is, because I just feel like I'm right. I'm not right all the time. Like, I know, like, in certain situations where I just fucked up. Like, there'll be a time where I'll just be like, yeah, I really messed up here, my bad. And then my ego will kind of lower down. My ego is not as big as Triple H's or John Cena's or Floyd Mayweather's. My ego is nowhere near that level. But my ego is probably on the level of maybe just like, some higher celebrities. I don't know who I could name. But my ego is pretty big. That's something I got to work on a little bit of myself, is just kind of like, not try to spray my ego all over the fucking place. But I do have a freaking huge ego. And, people call it ego, but it's also confidence. So, yeah, I have confidence sometimes in myself, too. Jake Loomis asks, what did you think of Triple H's fighting all the up-and-coming talent in a buried match? Who would win? Ooh, that's a good one. Triple H in a buried match against all the NXT guys. Triple H would win, man. Could you imagine that match? Like Sami Zayn goes and he tries to do the hula kick. Triple H dodges out of the way, hits a fucking pedigree. Adrian Neville's like going to do a red arrow, and then Triple H catches him for a double A spine buster. Then here comes Kenta, and Triple H goes and picks up Kenta, hits the go to sleep on him. Like, Triple H would bury all of them, man. He's the game. Yeah. I mean, it's Triple H, man. You really think he's going to put over the NXT guys? Triple H doesn't put over talent unless Triple H knows that you're going to make dollar signs, low, with them down the line. That's just pretty much it. If you don't make the dollar signs, low, you're not going to make anything with Triple H. Triple H will not put you over. And I don't think any NXT guys are those type of guys that will make dollar signs with them down the line. At this moment. Not now. I think they're going to be, I think a lot of NXT guys are great. But at this moment, none of these guys are like feud-worthy for Triple H. Mr. TNA 2005 asks, how much do you think many people watch TNA now realize how awesome the X Division was in AJ, Daniels, Joe, Shane, Saban, Kaz, Red, Low-Key, Lynn, etc. period? I don't think a lot of fans, Mr. TNA 2005, think about that old X Division, and they kind of just take the crap that we have now and try to say, well, at least TNA has a cruiserweight division. It's like, no, the X Division was never a cruiserweight division. It was a no limits division. It was fucking awesome. I think some fans just don't appreciate past X Division. That just pisses me off, because it's like the X Division back in the day, they did some crazy matches. And you guys know me. I'm not one of the biggest flip-de-doo-dah and kick guys here in the YWC, but I do enjoy me a great high-paced X Division match. That's for damn sure. And it's such a shame that so many wrestling fans just forget about good X Division matches. Like, a good X Division match to them is like Manic versus fucking, like, I don't know, Low-Key or some shit like that. Like, that's not good. That's not good, especially an old low key. No, man, I like the low key of the yesterday's, but I don't think a lot of TNA fans really think about the old X Division, Mr. TNA 2005, and it's sad they should. And what is your opinion about the Chargers draft? I personally see huge teams for the future of your team. I liked it. It was good. I didn't really like the Chris Watts pick in the fourth round because, or no, in the third round because I really felt that we could have gotten a lot better options there in the third round, and I thought he was like probably a fifth round talent anyways. I kind of questioned our fifth and sixth round picks a little bit with Marion Grice and Tevin Reese. It's been so long since the draft, so I could get my rounds mixed up, just so you know. I like Marion Grice, but it's just like we already have Ryan Matthews, Donald Brown, and Danny Woodhead. What is he going to bring to the table? Tevin Reese, he's a speedster for sure, but, is this guy really going to be a good complement to Keenan Allen? That's what I look at there. But I felt it was a good draft, especially our first two picks. I love Jeremiah Tauchu. I love that we traded up to get a Tauchu, and I love that we got Jason Verrett. So you know what? That's just me. Final Limits asks, have you read tweets from so-called RKO512? He seems really depressed and mentioning suicide. He even changed his name to Dark Passenger. Yeah, I've seen them. I don't know what his deal is. Ask him why he does that. I don't know. I don't really talk to him anymore. I wish he did YouTube videos. I don't think he would be all sad if he was doing YouTube videos. That's for sure. Think about that, Stone Cold RKO512, if you're watching this. Do some YouTube videos. It's a good stress reliever. YouTube is really a good stress reliever. And what are your thoughts on the backlash that Lana is getting for references of the Russian disaster that happened last Thursday? She is getting heat from fans, media, and non-wrestling fans. It's stupid. It really is stupid, Final Limits, that Lana's getting this backlash because she's a fucking TV character. Seriously, that's like me. That's like Walter White on Breaking Bad getting backlash because he's a meth dealer. Or that's like freaking Dexter on Dexter freaking getting backlash because he's a serial killer. She's a TV character. Oh my fucking God. What do people not understand about this? Lana is a TV fucking character. That's what she is. She's supposed to entertain. And the thing is, these news media and non-fans of wrestling don't understand. The WWE has been running with this storyline for a long fucking time. Ever since NXT, when Lana debuted with Rusev, when they repackaged Lana with Rusev, actually, I should say. When they debuted them together, they were doing this whole Russian gimmick. It's been Rusev's gimmick since day one in the WWE when he's debuted on the main roster. It's so sad media and non-fans don't look this shit up. They're just saying, WWE's trying to get money out of this. No! Fucking stupid. No! WWE's been running with this fucking shit. What do you not understand, you media and non-fans? And fuck you, media, saying WWE is just doing this to get money. Because you're talking about it for money. You fucking morons. Fuck the media and fuck the non-wrestling fans. Lana's a great character, and it's fucking stupid that she's getting flack for this shit. It's a controversial topic. What happened in the good old days in wrestling when they could do something controversial and it was formed as entertaining or helping a character? What happened to this world has become such a pussy world. I hate to say it, but this world has become so fucking pussy-fied, man. It's really sad how freaking stupid this world has become. Because back in the 1998, if Lana did this shit, WWE would not have to issue an apology. No one would care. No one would fucking care. If this was 1998, no one would give a fucking fuck. But it's 2014. This world has become so pussified. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just stupid. That's just my thoughts about Lana getting the flack that she has. It's just so fucking stupid. Fuck this. I just hate it so much, man. It's just dumb. I mean, she's a fucking TV character. Q&A, username, bubblegum flavored steroids. How do people become wrestling fans? People if all ages including kids. How do people become wrestling fans? People of all ages, including wrestling fans. I don't know how to really answer that question. For me, how I became a wrestling fan, I just enjoyed it. That's just me. I just enjoyed it. I don't know how do all people become wrestling fans. Maybe, it all depends. It's really because WWE is a TV show, and what made the Attitude Era fun was the crazy characters that they had. So more characters, I would say, that's what made the 80s good. That's what made the Attitude Era good. is more crazy characters. So that's how I guess you could make almost a lot of people in America more wrestling fans. I don't know how you can make the whole demographic, like everyone in the world, wrestling fans, because in all honesty, it's hard because some people just don't like that it's fake, that it's not real. People can tell it's fake. They think the acting's really, really bad. So it's just like, it's hard to really say how you can make every single person in this world a wrestling fan. But if you want more wrestling fans, definitely give us more characters, more storylines that actually make sense. You know, more interesting stuff. You know, the more characters the WWE has, the better. That's when the WWE's at their best. And who are your favorite characters in Final Fantasy 13? You're asking me for favorite characters in one of the worst Final Fantasy games of all time. Come on, man. Hope. There you go. There's no really reason. I just thought his story was the more entertaining of the stories. You know, I felt bad for the kid because he lost his mom, so I was like, yeah, he's the more entertaining. Because Lightning's a boring piece of shit. You know what? Since I like Randy Orton and Lightning too, how about Hope and Lightning? There we go. Sheror Hora asks, who are your top 10 fave guys who sent in Q&A questions, and why do you pick them? You would be on that list. Final Limit's on the list. WCW 3 Count 123 would be on the list. I haven't heard from him in a long ass time. Bloney Low would be on the list. Red Wolf 316 would be on the list. Reed 19 would be on the list. Scott Casey Gale would be on the list. I'm trying to think of more. I like John Cena as a tool, but he's a newbie. Nintendo Fanboy 1998 would be on the list. John Kunkt, he would be on the list for sure. And Harold when you send in questions. And the reason being is, like, you guys either send in the best questions, the questions where I go on more talking points, and not only that, it's entertaining questions, like there's funny ones. And a lot of you guys do have most of the title questions, so that's why you guys would probably be my 10 favorites. And plus, you guys always send in questions. It's like every week I go into the Q&A, like the inbox on YouTube, and it's just like, oh, look, it's Red Wolf. Oh, look, it's Nintendo Fanboy. So it's like, it's just consistency with me. I don't know where Harold is. I do miss that guy. He was funny with his Q&A questions. And I do miss WCW 3 Count 123. I liked him a lot. So unless he had to change his name because of Google Plus and he has a different name on here, then tell me WCW 3 Count 123. But I do miss WCW 3 Count 123. He was pretty funny with his questions. But yeah, it's more or less to become one of my favorites for the Q&A. Just be consistent, ask good questions, get title questions, and make me remember your username, because I just pretty much remember those usernames like right off the top of my head. I was just like Lona Low for sure, Final Limits. I was trying to remember some other guys. I didn't want to feel bad leaving out some people, that's for sure. But some people have to be left out. So step up your Q&A game if you want to make my fave 10. And your second question is, what happened to Kevin Walsh? Last I heard, he was training to be a wrestler, and that's about it. I don't know what happened to Kevin Walsh, man. I don't keep tabs on all these YWC guys. I wish I did, but I don't really keep that much tabs on them. So sorry, man. I'm sorry that I couldn't really answer your question, but that's true. Lorna Low asks, Q&A, what would you do if you saved someone getting beheaded? Oh, if you saw someone getting beheaded, mutilated, and then set on fire, walking from the street? I would puke or faint, or I would just probably call the cops. I definitely would probably run. No, I would run like a little bitch. I'll be honest here. I'll just run up and be like, ah! I would just run away, hoping that I'm next. Not next. I would be like turning on the jets. I would just be like, I'll be Usain Bolting that shit. I'd be like, nope, nope, nope. I'm not gonna get killed. I ain't getting killed. So I would run like a little bitch. I'll be honest here. What are your thoughts on Mr. Black Pride YouTuber Mr. Griffey and his obsession with Black Power? No thoughts, because I don't know who he is. You know, that's just his preference. It's like my obsession with wrestling. I upload wrestling videos on this channel. If he wants to upload videos on Black Power, go right ahead. If that's what makes him YouTube famous or makes him interesting as a YouTuber, good for him. You know, everyone has their niche, Lona Low. That's all I could say. Lito Gino asks, Q&A, what did you think of Sephiroth's theme called One Wing Angel? It's definitely catchy. It's like, I mean, it's catchy. I like it. It's not my favorite, you know, Final Fantasy theme of all time, but it's definitely a good one. And, you know, I got annoyed with it during Kingdom Hearts, though. That shit was so annoying. Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, God. That thing would just annoy me, especially because that thing just annoyed me in Kingdom Hearts 2. Because I had to face Sephiroth like 80 million times because I used to suck at Kingdom Hearts 2. And I had to, like, fucking... Oh, God. Bad memories, man. Bad memories. You're giving me bad memories with that song. But yeah, it's good. What have you done that you regret the most in your life? I'd probably regret, not really taking my first year of college seriously and just, treating it like it was high school. That's probably the first thing that comes into mind of my biggest regrets. In my personal opinion, that's probably my biggest regret. So that's probably the most regret I have in my life, because if I would have taken my first year of college seriously, I probably would have not been able to, because I took a break from YouTube to focus on college because I was doing bad in grades and shit like that. So really, to be honest, I kind of wish I took my first year of college seriously, because I think I would be in a much more better position in life, that's for sure. Nintendo Fanboy 1998 asks, do you consider good mic work a WWE apologist who always sucks Cena's dick and make excuses every time Cena buries people? No, not necessarily. I think good mic work definitely goes to the lengths to defend John Cena. Like, I feel that guy goes to bat for John Cena. You know what? I gotta give him props because somehow he does it and he manages to make sense and some people agree with him. But I don't feel like he's a WWE apologist. A WWE apologist, like, people don't understand what a WWE apologist is sometimes. A WWE apologist acts like the WWE does nothing fucking wrong. Good mic work, and some of his commentaries has said, the only way that this Cena championship reign would suck is if he beats Brock Lesnar. If he doesn't lose to Brock Lesnar, that's just dumb. Good mic work has said that. Now, I don't agree with good mic work on that statement, because really I think a Cena 15 title reign is dumb in general, and I think Brock Lesnar winning the title is just equally as dumb as Cena winning the title. That's just my personal opinion. But he's not really a WWE apologist. He can get mad at the WWE sometimes, but I don't think he is like a Cena dick rider or anything like that. That's just my opinion. And how did you hear of good mic work? The Lex Man showed them to me. He asked me, do I watch good mic work? I said, no, I haven't heard of him. Showed me one of his bids, and Deluxe Man showed me one of his bids. So that's how I've heard of good mic work. John Cook asked, Q&A, what did you think of Ted DiBiase and Maryse pair in 2010? Oh, it was good for Ted. I mean, I didn't really like it because Ted was a heel, but it definitely made Ted DiBiase stand out a little bit more, and they brought back the $1 million title, and we got that awesome moment where Maryse climbed the ladder during the Money in the Bank ladder match. That shit was awesome. Maryse was like trying to win the Money in the Bank for Ted. But it was a nice pairing, but not my overall favorite. And did WWE bail to get Ted DiBiase Jr. over, or did Ted bail in getting himself over? That's a great question. I feel like it's the WWE's fault on Ted DiBiase Jr. Because here's the thing. DiBiase was actually having something going with that DiBiase posse. When he was doing the DiBiase posse, he actually had something going with that, because he had actually fans out there with him. He'd be like, hey, man, welcome to the DiBiase posse. The fans would be like, DB. Like, they were down with that. So I feel Ted was doing a good job with the DiBiase posse. I feel like it was more the WWE not really knowing what to do with this guy, because first thing we're like, okay, we're going to turn him heel. I always felt Ted DiBiase Jr. was not like his daddy. He could not play the heel to save his life. Ted DiBiase Jr. could not play heel to save his life. I always felt like he had to be a babyface. He looked so much like a babyface. And for a long time, the WWE tried to shove this guy as a heel, and he was an uninteresting heel nonetheless, that when they finally turned him babyface, fans just didn't care. But I felt Ted was doing a good job in picking up steam with the DiBiase posse. They just never featured him on TV during that time. It was such a shame. So I would blame WWE more than Ted DiBiase, because I felt he tried his hardest to get that DiBiase posse going, and it worked a little bit. Q&A, Little Fish asks, what did you watch the most on the internet when you're on the internet? YouTube videos from other wrestling commentators, old wrestling, new wrestling, gaming, let's plays. That's what I watch mostly when I'm on the internet. And do you ever exercise while tired? Why or why not? No. There's no point in exercising while you're tired, because I like to run. Like, running is one of my favorite things to do in the world. So it's just like, if I'm tired, I can only run for a short while. So, no, I don't exercise when I'm tired. And it's not good to exercise when you're tired. As I stated, like, in a Q&A, like, I think it was, like, last week someone asked me that question. Was it? Yeah, it was last week. I think Lona Low asked me that question. But, yeah, don't exercise while you're tired, man. It's not good for your body. You just don't have enough energy and estrogens to, release it out. And it's very confusing. It's very sciencey. Brony Loney asks, why do people get hungry after they're done taking a shit? Because your bowels move, man. So you're emptying out your bowels, and so you get hungry. And what do you do when you get home from school? It depends. It depends on the time of day. If it's a Tuesday and I get home late, then I pretty much just sit at home, and then like if I say, did I do my YouTube videos yet? No, let me go make them, and then I go make my YouTube videos for my channel. If it's like a Wednesday, it's probably more like a middle of the day. This schedule, I have Tuesdays and Thursdays only. That's like the best schedule because I can stay up late on Sundays to work on extra projects, and then I have all Monday to work on them as well. So it's more of like a Tuesday and Thursday type of thing. It just depends on when I get home. But most of the time, I either, I'm just relaxing. I'm watching, stuff on my Xbox, or I'm playing a video game. If there's something that I really need to catch up on because I'm a little bit behind, I'll do some studying when I get home. But mostly it's just me just chilling out and just trying to decompress from the whole day. That's what happens when I get home from school. Dave Lester asks Q&A, what portable games are meant to be played on the TV and not on portable console? The Maddens and the NBAs, I could go a cop-out there. If I wanted to choose like a good portable game that should have been on the console, a Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance. I don't know if you ever played that, but that shit's fucking awesome. Go play it if you haven't. That could have been a good game that could have been on the console. Ooh, what other portable games? There's some Spider-Man 2 is another good example. Like Spider-Man 2 on the consoles was awesome. Spider-Man 2 on the portable was dumb. What other portable? It's hard. Star Wars Battlefront. I like Battlefront on the PSP because it gave me portable Battlefront, but it wasn't good on the consoles, on the portable, I should say. So those are some good examples. I kind of was confused about the question, man, in all honesty, but I hope I answered your question as well as I can. And is Stardust stupid or is it good? Personally, I think it's stupid, but I like that Cody Rhodes is putting his effort into it. So that's just my opinion, but yes, I think Stardust is stupid. Jack Trice asks, what do you think of Lashley being a wrestler and current world champion in TNA and after being an MMA fighter at the same time? Do you think WWE will allow Brock to fight in MMA matches every once in a while he's taking time off from WWE? No. Because Bobby Lashley being an MMA fighter and TNA champion is stupid. Because on one hand, you can say, well, Chase, if he beats this one guy in an MMA fight, who's going to beat him in TNA? Wouldn't that make him look over? Yes, it would. But then on the other hand, what if he gets his ass kicked? Then you make your TNA champion look like a dumbass. And WWE does not want to make Brock Lesnar look like a dumbass. Go watch Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. That's one reason why Brock Lesnar's retiring. Go watch Brock Lesnar spin around like a fucking helicopter. Fucking A, that was hilarious. Brock Lesnar getting his ass kicked. But yeah, no, I don't think they would let Brock Lesnar wrestle and do MMA at the same time. Because like I said, if he loses to a big name in MMA, because Brock Lesnar, he's going to face a big name if he ever comes back to MMA. If he loses to that big name, no one's going to take that fucker seriously in the WWE. Really, no one will. And that's why it's stupid that Bobby Lashley's being TNA champion and freaking, fighting MMA. So stupid. Stupid TNA. What did you think of Willow going back to Jeff Hardy instead of staying as Willow? Could you imagine Willow versus Lashley for the title they had last Thursday? I didn't like the Willow character. The Willow character was cool at first. I was like, okay, Jeff Hardy doing something different. This is good because Jeff Hardy needs to change his character up. But then I just saw it and I said, wow, not that interesting of a character. I could not imagine Willow versus Lashley. I don't think it would have been that entertaining because remember, he changed his moveset as Willow. It wasn't the same fun, crazy Jeff Hardy moveset that everyone loves. It's just some weird, stupid moveset. So, no, I could not imagine Willow versus Lashley for the title. Reginald D. Huff. Oh, he's another Q&A favorite, Reginald D. Huff. Q&A, what did you think of the 3 episodes of Girl Meets World and who's your favorite character? I've liked them. I've liked all 3 episodes of Girl Meets World. I haven't think any of them are really, really bad. I really have liked them. The library episode is probably my favorite so far. That one's my favorite. And my favorite character, Farkle. Fucking Farkle's the man, dude. I was dying in the second episode, or second or third. I don't know how they showed it for you, but for me, the second episode is where Riley, she's jealous that Lucas is talking to that one chick, and so Farkle's like, "Don't worry, ladies. Farkle's got this." And he goes to the chick, lifts up his jean legs. It's like, look, trying to show off that he has leg hairs. And the girl's like, impressive. Oh, fucking Farkle, man. I love Farkle. Minkus wishes he was Farkle. But, yeah, Farkle's my favorite character. And what's your favorite episode of Boy Meets World? I believe I've answered this in previous Q&As, but I'll just say I don't know the titles of these episodes. But my favorite episode would have to be when Corey and Sean go to Disney World. and they try to get Topanga back. That's probably my favorite series in the whole, series of episodes in the whole Boy Meets World. That is my favorite episodes because it was just because, you know, we went through so many seasons watching the Corey and Topanga relationship, and it was like, it was all over. And then it's just like, oh my God, Topanga left Corey and she's going to Florida. And then Corey and Sean go on this crazy-ass road trip to get Topanga back. It was just beautiful. Those are my favorites. And also the Corey and Topanga wedding. That was fucking awesome too. God, there's so many great episodes of Boy Meets World that I could just talk about. If you ever want to talk Boy Meets World with me, guys, just add me on Skype. ChaseOliver68. We'll talk Boy Meets World. I love Watermelon. 525 asks Q&A. Do you think Bret Hart doesn't give a fuck about wrestling anymore? I mean, he doesn't color his hair anymore, and he doesn't seem like he gives a fuck or is happy when he appears in WWE TV like he was in 2010. Yeah, Bret Hart just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Bret Hart just doesn't care, man. I mean, he's made his money. He paid his dues. He's done. I mean, he just doesn't give a fuck. Hey, if I'm Bret Hart, I wouldn't give a fuck either. I mean, it's not like he has a job with the WWE. He can do whatever the hell he wants. And what if at WrestleMania 30, Cena got inserted in the main event, making it a fatal four-way match for the title. And while Bryan was being stretchered out, Cena won. How would the crowd have reacted and Cena not turning heel too? That would be my reaction, but the crowd, boo! Oh, yeah, he would get booed. I don't know what else I could say, but that's funny. That takes some great mind, Watermelon. We're almost done here, guys. Just Inside asks, Q&A, what did you think of when Scott Steiner returned to the WWE in late 2002 and his feuds with HHH and Testa in his heel turn in 2003? Give me the fucking mic! Scott Steiner's return is one of the best returns ever, man. Those Madison Square Garden fans loved it. And he was like, ah! Every fucking hey, dude, doing the same 5 moves. His feud with Triple H was money, minus the Royal Rumble and No Way Out match, but it was money. His feud with Test, I think the best part of that feud is at Bad Blood, Test is trying to get Stacy a win. Scott Steiner, he's on the apron. Dives at Test. Oh, God. Fucking Scott Steiner, man. Oh, God. I love that time with Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner, let me just say this. He's probably one of the funniest wrestlers of all time. And he's not even trying to be funny. This guy's trying to be taken seriously, but he is so fucking funny. And what did you think of Just Incredible? I have no opinions on Just Incredible because I thought it was garbage. How about that? Randy Buscete is going to end this Q&A with, what if Batista had won at WrestleMania 30? Fans would just be pissed off, but it would have helped the WWE in the long run because remember, guys, if Batista would have won, Daniel Bryan would have faced Kane in that stupid Extreme Rules match, and he probably wouldn't have hurt his neck, and Daniel Bryan would still be around today. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, Batista should have won at WrestleMania 30. I said I thought Batista should have won. They have no heels in the WWE. Batista winning would have made him a major fucking heel in that company. And now look at that. Our major heel in the company today is who? Who's the major heel in the WWE, guys? Stephanie. Stephanie's a major heel. That's our major heel in the company today, Stephanie McMahon. That's sad. Stephanie McMahon can't be your major heel in your fucking company. So sad. Yeah, but if Batista would have won at WrestleMania 30, it would have been awesome because he would be a heel. Bryan would have won the title off of him at some point. And then afterwards, LOL, Bryan would have never gotten injured. But look at where he is now. Bryan's gone. He's injured. He's hurt. He's nowhere to be on TV for almost a year. It's going to suck. So, yeah, Batista should have won. And how would our fans react if Bryan got squashed under 5 minutes by HHH at Mania 30? Some fans would have said they would have not watched, but in all honesty, it's Triple fucking H. And people would just laugh at it more likely. Like, the thing is, I've noticed that, like, when it comes down to the IWC, it's certain wrestlers they hate. Batista and Orton beating Daniel Bryan, okay, that's like a shame. But Triple H doing it in such a burial and method, you know, fans would rant about it, but at the same time, they would kind of joke with it and be like, the game, like, and just laugh at it. So I don't think fans would have been that pissed off if Daniel Bryan would have got squashed by Triple H, in my personal opinion. Because Triple H is someone that, you know, everyone used to love during the Attitude Era days. Everyone used to respect Triple H. Everyone loves Triple H and what he does with NXT and the talent that he has brought up from there. You know, in all honesty, Triple H, you know, he's the guy that, you know, runs the behind the scenes type of deal. And, you know, people at the end of the day, they would come on here and say, oh, fuck Triple H, I would hate him. But in all honesty, I don't think a lot of people would be that mad at Triple H. In my personal opinion, I think a lot of people would have just said, oh, Triple H won, LOL. They would make jokes about it. We would have the best memes in the whole world. Could you imagine the fucking memes that we would have if Triple H would have squashed Daniel Bryan in 5 minutes? Oh my god, those would have been hilarious. Wrestling would be a lot more funnier if Triple H beat Daniel Bryan under 5 minutes. I'm not trying to be a dick towards Daniel Bryan here. I'm being honest here. How funny is it when you go on these wrestling memes and shit when Triple H wins a match? It's hilarious. You have fun with this shit. Triple H is probably the most poked at wrestler just because it's funny how he thinks and how his ego works. So really, to be honest here, I don't think fans would have been that mad. I think Batista winning, they're going to be mad because Batista's not an Attitude Era guy. But Triple H, he has some more leverage than some fans think. You know, he does some stuff that piss fans off, but at the end of the day, he reels us back in with some good things that he does. So that's it for the Q&A. I know it's a long one. I hope you guys sat through this one. If you guys didn't, completely understand. I'll try to shorten up it. Just a lot of good questions from you guys. Thank you all very much for sending in your questions. Remember, the description box down below with all the details on how you can send in your questions. I'll see you all next time. Peace.